Man, Carlito, glad to have you back on, man. It's 6 weeks now that you've been released from a 38-year sentence. How are we feeling?
So I'm feeling good, brother. Yeah. Enjoying the fresh air. Shit, enjoying the food. Yeah. Enjoying the atmosphere. Yeah, it feels good, man. Enjoying life with my family, man. Spending time with my family, starting to know my family again, man. My relatives. Feel good, brother.
What's the first thing that pops into your mind right now?
Man, I wish I could go to a football game, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna have to make that happen for you.
I'm gonna go watch the Longhorn, man. Never been to a Longhorn game. Love to go one day, man. Hopefully somebody takes me to a football game one day, man. Dream come true, man.
Awesome, man. Now, I want to get into the day of the life of what your life looked like for the last 38 years. Could you take me through that?
Man, my life was hard in prison, man. It wasn't easy, man. It was hard, man. But I got over it the first few years. Man, I didn't know if I was ever gonna make it out, man. But hey, man, the good Lord was with me, man. Day for day, man. I was strong, man. I had to be strong, man. But I went out there and did what I had to do, man.
What time did you wake up every day?
I woke every day about 6:30, man, ready to go to work.
6:30. As soon as you woke up, what does that look like?
Shit, I did what I had to do what I had to do, man. Get ready, be ready for the doors to be rolled, man. Cause if you got stuck out, you knew what time it was, man. So every day 6:30, got to be up. The doors roll at 7, so you got to be ready.
What are you gathering? What are you getting together between those 30 minutes?
Wash your face, do what you got to do. Drink your coffee, be prepare yourself for the day. Prepare yourself for the day, cause you never know when you're gonna come back to the block.
And when those doors roll and 7 a.m. hits, what does that look like for you?
Shit, when the doors roll, everybody's ready to go, going to work. All the license plates, I did license plates for the vehicles that everybody drives. We made them on the wind unit. The registrations on your windshields, we made them on the wind unit. The inmates, everything y'all got going on out here, we made it.
What else do you participate in there?
Shit, school, went to school, vocational. I got a vocational trade, 1989. Got a radiator trade, but the radiators they got now these days ain't like the radiators they had in the 80s and 90s and 70s, you know what I mean? So my radiator trade doesn't mean nothing these days. I think somebody's coming, man. Nah, we good.
Now, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, Carlito. A lot of people were blowing.
Huh?
They were blowing up the comments, man, and they were saying, they were saying 13,870 days and no burpees.
Shit, I worked out, but I just got tired working out. 'Cause I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. What the next man does, that ain't me, man. I'm a leader, not a follower. I ain't never been a follower. I always been a leader. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So everybody
If
else,
I jump off a 3 row, that don't mean. If I jump off 3 row and don't break my leg, and you jump off 3 row, that don't mean you ain't gonna break your leg. You know what I mean? So you got to be a leader, not a follower. You know what I mean? I worked out. I worked out from 1988 all the way to 1999. I said I just got tired working out, man. But people that know me know I was in good condition. I was in my younger days, in my 20s and 30s, I was in good condition. I just ate too much, man. So I ain't tripping about my stumble, man, because I know there's a good woman out there that's going to like me, man.
do you plan to get back into the gym?
I'm planning to get back in the gym.
Cool, man. And when you did those license plates, were you what else kind of jobs did you get into? Line cook?
Line cook, we worked in the whole squad. And back in the 80s, we worked in the fields. We worked in the field. Everything we planted, we ate. You know what I mean? Everything, all the food we planted in the fields, that was for us. That was for the unit to eat, officers and inmates. We planted every vegetable you could think of. You know what I mean? Corn, cabbage, jalapenos, potatoes, everything that you know of, we planted on the Texas prison system.
How was that experience?
It was hard, but after a while you get used to it, man. I got used working in the fields, man. It was good exercise. Yeah, good exercise, man.
And
Yeah.
that was when you were 20s?
I was 17, 18, all the way to my 30s. We worked in the fields. Yeah.
Why'd they stop working in the field?
Because they say it was unconstitutional to have inmates working in the fields in this from the 2000s, from 2000 all the way to now, they stopped the fields. We're not allowed to work in the fields no more.
Interesting. But there's some other form of work that y'all do. License plates, line cooks.
Stop signs, the metal fab where they make the toilets for the state schools and county jails. We make them on pack one unit.
What was the first connection you made when you got to prison?
First connection. See, my second day there, I went to the fields and got beat up. Yeah, but I tried to do as good as I could, man. But it was rough and tough back then. But you know what I mean. But I went to school. I ain't gonna say that I'm intelligent and I'm the smartest person in the earth, but I ain't. You know what I mean. Yeah, but I did what I could.
So the first connection you made was a fight.
Yes.
You know, how did that go for you?
Oh, he came. He beat the fucker. Excuse my language. He beat the hell out of me. Yeah, he beat the hell out of me. He tried to make me buy him a pack of cookies. And I walked up to him, told him, dude, I don't even know who the hell you are. He said, well, you gonna buy me a pack of cookies? So I punched him, and next thing you know, I woke up in the infirmary, man. You know what I mean? I was knocked out. He broke my jaw. You know what I mean? He broke my jaw. Uh-huh.
How long did that take to recover from?
Shit, I was wired up for about 8 weeks. You know what I mean? My jaw was wired up for about 8 weeks. You know what I mean? I had to eat out of a straw. Everything was blended. All my food was blended. It was in a blender. I had to use a straw.
That was your second day in.
Second day in. July 27, excuse me, April 27, 1988. I got my jaw broken. Never forget that day. By a black guy, you know what I mean? I know his name, but I ain't gonna say his name, you know what I mean? But we later on down the year we became good friends, you know what I mean? Yeah, cause you know me, all they wanted to see if you were gonna fight or not, you know what I mean? So he saw that I didn't back down, you know what I mean? So later on down the years we became cool, you know what I mean? I hold no grudge against the dude, you know what I mean? He was just testing me, see if I was gonna fight or not. So
You knew that was coming anyways.
I knew that was coming because they already had told me once you get to Baby Clemens in Brazoria, Texas, hey, they're gonna test everybody that gets off the bus, and I got tested the next day. Yeah, so the dude was 3 times bigger than I was, you know what I mean? So I did what I could, so I ended up getting my jaw broken. April 27, 1988, on Baby Clemens.
Damn, that's a wake up call. Drop in 2 days, get your jaw fucking broke.
Yeah,
Now you're 8 weeks wired up. How was that coming back into it after those 8 weeks of being wired up?
man. After they took the wires out of my mouth and stuff, it took me a while to get used to the hard food. You know what I mean? I couldn't eat chicken. I couldn't eat nothing, man. I could only eat vegetables. Like I said, my jaw was broke.
Wow, that's something I never knew about you.
Yeah.
That's interesting, man. And your days after that were a lot easier, or were you still getting tested?
I was still getting tested little by little. They were still testing, you see, only because you fought one time, you know what I mean? After my jaw got well, you know what I mean? I had to keep fighting, you know what I'm saying? Till finally I got my respect, you know what I mean? Everybody started being cool with me, you know what I mean? They said, well, at least he fighting, you know what I mean? He ain't weak, you know what I mean? He ain't got too much of a hands, but at least he's fighting, you know what I mean? He getting out there, he getting whooped, but he's fighting, you know what I mean?
You're not gonna be a sucker.
I ain't gonna be a sucker. I ain't gonna be a punching bag for nobody, you know what I mean? I ain't no puncher. I wasn't born to be a punching bag.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of people you see in there that are
Yeah,
like
I see
that.
a lot of people get punched on, you know what I mean?
What do you think about getting slapped in the face and turning the other cheek?
Yeah, I see a lot of people get slapped and turn the other cheek, you know what I mean? I ain't never been slapped, but I've been punched on, you know what I
Do
mean?
you know
Because
what that's in reference to?
being, if you get slapped and don't do nothing, then they know you're,
Well, Jesus talks about in the Bible, right? If I were to slap you right now, you're supposed to turn the other cheek.
yes. Yeah, if you were to slap me, I'm supposed to turn the other cheek, but some people ain't gonna just stand there and get slapped because that's where you lose your reputation. It's all, man, you got slapped and didn't do nothing, you know what I mean? Yeah, but the Bible does say if you get slapped, turn the other cheek, you know what I mean?
But that doesn't apply in prison.
That doesn't apply in prison, you know what I mean? Because if you get slapped and don't do nothing, commissary day, they want your commissary.
Right. I was about to say if you try to turn them cheeks, you're gonna have to give them cheeks.
You have to turn it. Yeah, you're gonna have to give them cheeks. Yeah,
Unfortunately, right? That's the reality in there still.
yeah, yeah.
But it's
Slow. It's,
minimized.
it's slowed down. You know what I mean? You got people giving up the cheeks just for other reasons. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Go in on it.
You got people giving. You got people on tune, ice. They ain't got no money. They so addicted to it that some of them do. They give their cheeks up to get what they want. You know what I mean? If they don't give their cheeks up, they going out there to jack a person. You know what I mean?
TDC at 2025 has K2 and ice,
K2 nice.
and people are giving them cheeks for it.
People are giving them cheeks up for it.
Holy cow! People on this video watching this right now, Carlito, they wouldn't believe that.
It's just why I put that. I put that. Man, there's no reason for me to just lie. You know what I mean? I was in prison for 38 years. I was on R-Red. The last unit I was on R-Red, and I seen people giving it up, going in people's houses just to get what they want.
And you know the reason why I say that is because, like, with all the technology we have today, there's still drugs in the prison system. So what's that do to corrupt guards?
There's corrupted guards. You know what I'm saying? Corrupted. There's one way or another they're gonna get it in. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
And how long did you participate in substances in the prison system?
I did drugs from 1988 to 2018. I did every drug you could think of, you know what I mean? But like I said on my first interview, I had a bad experience, man. My heart stopped, you know what I mean? I was sent to the hospital for 6 weeks in Amarillo, Texas, you know what I mean? So right there gave me an eye opener, you know what I mean? Hey, this ain't for me, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say I'm a square dude, hip to be square by Huey Lewis, but I'm not. That ain't for me, you know what I mean? Yeah.
What was the drug you were using when the heart stopped?
I was doing ice and tune. I was up for 8 days, you know what I mean? 8 days tripping, you know what I mean? And I smoked some bad tune, you know what I mean? That my heart stopped in the kitchen in Amarillo, in the vegetable, in the prep room, you know what I mean? While I was working the prep room, I didn't know that my heart had stopped, you know what I mean? And I woke up 6 weeks later, you know what I mean? Yeah.
What was your favorite connection you made in prison?
I was addicted to ice at one time, you know what I mean? Yeah.
That was your favorite connection?
Oh, nah.
What was your favorite connection?
Oh, I don't know.
In terms of, like, cellmates, who you bonded with the most out there?
I was cool with everybody, you know what I'm saying? I was cool with blacks, white, Mexicans, you know what I mean? I kicked it with everybody. I kicked it with sports fans, you know what I mean? If you were a sports fan, then you were cool with me. If you weren't a sports fanatic, I didn't kick it with you, you know what I mean? I only kicked it with people that were into sports. Yeah.
Do you know anybody that comes to mind when you think of somebody that you're gonna miss from there?
My boy Cash out of H-Town. My boy D-Bell out of Waco, man. You know what I mean? My boy Quito. We're all football. We're all sports fanatic. My boy Allen. We're all sports fanatic. Every early in the morning, man. On weekends, we're out there at 7 o'clock in the morning waiting for football, basketball, whatever games we're on. You know what I mean? We're all sports fanatic, man. I'm gonna miss them guys. You know what I mean? I know they're gonna be there for a while. You know what I mean? But I still think about them every day, man. 'Cause I know, man, those were those were like brothers to me. You know what I mean? They were cool. I was cool with black, whites, and Mexican. We're all sports fanatics. If you weren't a sports fanatic, I didn't socialize with you. You know what I mean? That's people know how I am. You know, I don't just socialize with everybody. Yeah.
And how many people were in that prison when you were locked up?
When I came to prison in 1988, we had by 80,000. Now it's like 130,000 people. But on the R Red unit, we had close to 4,500 inmates.
130,000 in Texas?
The whole Texas prison system was 130,000, but on the R Red unit, we had close to 4,000.
Wow, man. I did not know that. That's a lot of people, man.
4,500 inmates just on the R Red unit. Yeah.
That's like 4 high schools.
4 high schools.
Wow, man. And if you want to share, did you ever get any kitty in the prison?
Yeah, I had a boss lady in Amarillo, Texas. Know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
Take us through it. You don't have to go into crazy detail or her name, but
Oh.
look at him smiling like ear to ear right now.
She walked up to me and asked me. It was the it happened in 2016 on the Bill Clemens unit, man. It was the Oakland Raiders playing the San Francisco 49ers, and I had a friend of mine named Makio that had called me and told me, "Hey, man, the game's about to start." I said, "I'll be out there." So that when the boss lady heard him call me, she came and asked me, "Hey, you 49er?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Who are you?" She told me, "I'm so and so." So from that day on, man, I had a bond with her. You know what I mean? One thing led to another. You know what I mean? But I didn't know that she had feelings for me. You know what I mean? Because she always used to watch me and say, "Hey, man, I like the way you carry yourself, conduct yourself, man. You're a real quiet dude." I said, "Yeah, I really don't talk, only when I really have to." You know what I mean? So one thing led to another. You know what I mean? That was the first time I ever got some.
What year was that? What year was that?
2016.
Boy, remember it like yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
What day was it? Do you remember the day?
It was around like November 2016. Yeah.
And did she or did she not have a man in her life?
Her baby, that she was the guy, but the guy had left her. You know what I mean? So she started working there, and she started looking for things. She started looking for a man. You know what I mean? So one day
Through the prison system.
yeah,
That's interesting.
she told me, you know what, I like you. So at first I thought she was you going me. I thought she was trying to set me up, but she said, "Nah, man." She said, "I really have feelings for you. I really like you. You know what I mean? You're real, like the way you carry yourself, conduct yourself." Cause
How many times did you dive in?
2 times. 2 times.
And after that,
Somehow the gang intelligence found out that I was having a relationship with this female officer. You know what I mean? And I ended up getting locked up and going to G5. Yeah, that's the lowest you could go before you go to SEG. You know what I mean? Yeah, behind this one female.
what is SEG?
It's where gang-related inmates are confirmed. G5 is one step away from SEG. You know what I mean?
So it's like a downgrade.
Downgrade. That's the lowest you could get, G5.
And that experience sent you back down to the bottom
Send me to the bottom.
when you technically were quote unquote trustee.
Yeah, I was the G2 population.
Wow, man. So do you plan on writing a book?
Plan to write a book one day. Yeah,
I think a lot of people would read that book.
yes. It's gonna be called Carlito 49er.
There we go. I like it.
Yeah.
Now, Carlito, what does your day look like today? Take me through a day now that you're free.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night. I feel like I'm still locked up. You know what I mean? But When I look around, I don't see no bars. I don't see no guards. It's so quiet that I have anxiety attacks sometimes. I have anxiety attacks, you know what I mean? Like, damn, I can't believe I'm free, you know what I mean? 38 years. Sometimes I wake up crying like, damn, I feel like I got so used waking up early in the morning, so somehow I wake up, man, I get anxiety attack, like I cry, like, damn, I can't believe that I'm free, you know what I mean? 38 years, I never thought I'd ever see Austin, Texas. And being honest, man, the good Lord was with me, you know what I mean? I tell my family, I know y'all don't know me, but I want to start knowing y'all. I went to a birthday party. They made a birthday party for me the other day, man. I was shy, you know what I mean, being around all them people, you know what I mean. They told me, hey man, we family, you know what I mean. I know you've been locked up a long time, but don't be shy, bro. You know what I mean. You out now, you know what I mean. We all family. We here for you, you know what I mean. And I'm glad.
What time do you wake up now that you're free?
I wake up every day between 6:30 or 7, you know what I mean. I got things I got to do, looking for a job, going places, you know what I mean. I go to sleep early. If I ain't got nothing to do, I go to sleep between 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm in my room laying down, you know what I mean, waiting for the next day. I ain't got time to hang out at night, you know. I'm too old for that, you know what I mean. Too old, 55, you know what I mean. I'm just out there looking for a job. Hopefully I run into a good girl, good woman. Yeah.
Good girl, good woman. And you remember your email
Carlitos 49er.
at gmail.com?
Yeah, G. Yeah.
Somebody seeing this video, you know, saying something negative to you, what is your message to them?
I ain't worried about what people say, you know what I mean? People always gonna talk, you know what I mean? Oh, he fat, you know what I mean? I ain't embarrassed being fat, you know what I mean? I see people out there every day fatter than me, you know what I mean? And got some good looking women, 3 times fatter than me. Yeah. Shit, 3 times fatter than me, man. Yeah, like I said in the beginning of this interview, I'm not a faller, I'm a leader. If I would jump off a 3 row and don't break a bone, and you jump off a 3 row, that don't mean you ain't gonna break a bone. You gotta be a leader, not a faller, you know what I mean? You gotta lead the pack, you know what I mean? I ain't never been a faller, you know what I mean? Since I was a kid, you know what I mean? Before I went to prison, I was never a faller. I was always a leader. You gotta think, man. You gotta think for you, think for the rest. If you do 1,000 burpees, that don't mean I could do 1,000 burpees. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you do 5,000 push-ups, that don't mean I could do 5,000 push-ups. I'm gonna do what I can. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. That's some real wise OG stuff right there, man.
Yeah, you can't do what the next man does. You know what I mean? People try to fit in. You know what I mean? Fit in ain't gonna get you nowhere. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And now that you're out and you're enjoying the free world,
Enjoying
man.
this free world. Love it. I went to buffet. I went to Buffet Palace last Sunday night. Chinese buffet. Never ate it. Never ate no Chinese food before.
What's the number? You said football game. What's the number 2 thing on your mind you want to do?
Go to a Texas Longhorn game.
So that's number 1 and 2.
Yeah. Go to a. Yeah.
Carlito, man, you're a good dude, man. Uh, you said you're in the middle of finding a job.
Yes.
If someone wanted to hire you, someone seeing this video right now, right? What are you good at?
Shit, I used to do roofing when I was young.
What can you do realistically now that you're 51?
I love throwing cement.
55, my bad, big dog.
I like throwing cement. You know what I mean? Concrete, construction. Yeah. We did construction in prison. You know what I mean?
But you're 55, big dog.
Anything. Money's money, you know what I mean? It might not be the job I want, but anything.
Awesome, man.
I know whoever's watching this video, you know anybody that needs help, man, I'm willing to work, man.
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas, man.
Holla at him.
Yeah,
Carlito, closing this out, man. Appreciate the second interview. It's an honor talking to you always, man.
yeah. Send a shout out, whoever watching there, I want to send a shout out to my boy Cash, D-Bell, my boy Quito, Allen, my boy Allen on the All Red unit, man. Know what I mean? My buddies, man, football fans, man. Yeah, I miss y'all guys, man. Yeah. I ain't never forgot about y'all, man. I think about y'all every day, man. I know y'all watching the football game right now, man. Yeah.
Hey, free homies.
Free homies, man.
All right, big dog.
Yes, sir.
See you for the third one.
Yes, sir.